Okay, we're back. And we are talking about the where, which is the setting of the story. As you see, I uploaded a boatload of files. I even included my Pinterest board, the link to it for my Oregon trails. Pinterest boards are a fantastic thing to be able to use. You can make a Pinterest board private so only you can see it. If you click on the link and you look at the Pinterest board, I don't know, can I do it? Okay. Can you still see me? You can still see me, right? Let me know if you can still see me when I click off. You can still see me, right? On my Pinterest board, you can see all of the different things that I researched on celiac diseases, sneaky sources of gluten that you may not know about, foods that contain no gluten, skinny M&Ms, all of these recipes that are in there for top gluten-free meals. There's also the Imnaha Post Office, Wallowa Lake in Oregon, um, all kinds of pictures of the town of actual Imnaha is actually a real place. Joseph, Oregon, the bookstores, and all of the little shops that are inside of that town, to include the little store that was owned by the friends that had the rattlesnake underneath the stairs. There are all kinds of shots and pictures in there of things that were happening in the town, to include the rattlesnake roundup and things of that nature. Having a Pinterest board of your story ideas, you can always go back to them and take a look at everything that's in there to keep you on track with what you're doing and what you're writing. Okay. You inspire me to make my characters interesting and unique in a world where nothing really is. Thanks for that. Well, the thing is, people are interesting and unique. We just have to figure out which traits that we really, really like and which traits are writable. Okay. Zyla posted a question the other day about her friends asking, or the things that her friends do. Do you include those things in books? No, you don't. No, because if your book becomes a number one bestseller, your friend is like, "You stole my story, you stole my life. Now you owe me part of my of your royalties." I know, ain't that awful? Well, that's how I would think, because that's how I am. Okay, so let me get to I'm multitasking here, so I'm hoping the camera's still on. Can you still see me when I click off? Can somebody let me know? Rihanna said yes. Okay. All right. So what I've posted there is a couple of ideas on your where. Use a diagram of the location where most of the action occurs. If it's in an apartment or a house, use a floor plan. I always use a floor plan. That way, in chapter 2, I don't have them in the kitchen on the left side of the living room door. And then in chapter 11, they're down the hall in the bedroom, which in chapter 3 was up toward the front of the house. So it's really, really important. Also, you'll see there that I posted a photo of the spaceship, the outside of the rack track, and you can see where he's traveling along. I posted a picture as well of Blue and Deshandra's house, and that's the entire floor plan. So when they initially bring her into that house, coming into that front porch, into the foyer, and the library being on the right-hand side, as I'm writing, I can see exactly where everything is in this house and where I'm going and what I'm doing. That way, not only am I taking the readers through the house, I'm actually walking through it as well. The next picture is of the captain's seat of the rack track. You can see that there are 2 chairs there. So you know at some point, eventually, she's going to end up in that second chair. Okay. There's also a picture of the Hexa house from the Tennessee Mountain Man. Okay. I had to have a diagram of this house because I wanted to make sure that I got it right. You see the sliding glass doors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sliding glass doors, and one of the sliding glass doors is in the bedroom where you see the bed and you see the 3 closets. And in the story, he gave her 2 of the closets. Now, when I'm looking at this image, I can use this image to help me write the story, because see there in the kitchen where you see that island and you see the table, you know that when the house tilted, the sofa, the love seat, and the coffee table, all of that slid and pinned him against the island. And with that island, she was able to come in through that sliding door on the side and put the winch around him and pull him out. But there's a lot of information just in this picture alone, including that extra bathroom over on that side, that where she stuck the note that he didn't see. Also, with the sliding glass door, she hung curtains there so that if somebody came up on that deck, they couldn't look in the bedroom and see them sleeping. Also, because it creeped her out. Okay. Now, the quarters that I have here, if you click on this picture, you see that nasty, ratty looking bed? That's where Risa sleeps. You see, if you go down that little walkway a little bit, you'll see the blue curtain and you'll see the nasty towel hanging there. So you know that that's her bed, her bathroom. All of this information is right there. You can take half a chapter just describing what it is you see right here in this room. Even the vents above her bed. Are these vents blowing in cold air? Are they blowing in warm air? All of this plays into your setting, okay? Kim, you're in tears? Okay. I don't know why you're in tears. All right. But does that help a whole lot? I think did I upload it already? I'm checking to see if I uploaded a file for you to use to do your setting. I'm going to upload that now. And while I'm uploading that, I'm going to come back and check that feed to see if you have any questions about that, okay? So bear with me as I flip back and forth here. And I hope that you can still see me. I'm sorry, trying to do 2 things at once. Okay, my main house. Okay. I use this file that I'm uploading now in order to do my basic diagram of my layout of my main setting. So if I got some typos in there, don't be talking about me because I'm trying to multitask here, okay? All right. Hey, Chandra, I see you. Kim, why are you in tears? You said you think you're missing something. I just uploaded the template that I use just to make my basic sketch of where my house is and what's going to happen inside of it, where the bedroom is, where the kitchen is, where the doors are, and the windows. And then I'll usually go back to like Google or something and look for the kind of house or the kind of location that I'm looking for in order to lay out that house and then get into the details. Kim, you're in tears because of the destruction of the haunting house. It was sad. I know, right? Olivia, did you say where you get the house location layouts? I just said, Rihanna, I go to Google and I usually find a house or a floor plan, and you can Google basically floor plans. If you know that they're going to live in a ranch house or in a ranch or in a, what do you call those, craftsman home, you can easily find a floor plan of a craftsman home if you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, or just a 1-bedroom house. And those are really, really helpful when you're trying to figure out Okay, Karen said she did a whole Google search for an apartment and actually found one that she actually used. I research everything. I have to. If you're reading my books and you come across a town and you're like, oh my gosh, that was in her story. My son recently had an argument with me about Venture, Georgia. He said, I need to change it to Valdosta. And I'm like, baby, don't nobody live in Valdosta but people who dig up onions. I'm sorry, that's funny. I'm sorry. But he said that I shouldn't have any locations in my stories that aren't real. I explained to him that authors sometimes make up entire towns that are loosely based on something else. It's no different than Gotham being a different name for New York City. Okay. All right. So we've talked about the where. We talked about your diagrams, and I uploaded a bunch of those. I also talked a little bit about using a Pinterest board, and don't forget to make the Pinterest board private unless you want your readers to see what you're researching. I did upload the link to the Pinterest board for Oregon Trail so you can actually see the town of Imnaha as well. Let's see what else I got in there. I have the quarters aboard the ship. I uploaded the Hexa House. I uploaded a worksheet for you to be able to download as well to use to sketch out your story and your layout. And I uploaded a picture of the rat track in space. Am I going too fast, or are you guys still with me? You're still with me? Okay. So we've done the who, the what, the when, and the where. Let's get into the how, because the how is basically how the story unfolds and how it evolves over this 2-month period of time. Okay. And this is where we're really going to get into subplots, because I got a lot of information for you. A lot of information. Okay. You ready? All right. Give me a moment to upload documents and we'll get started again. Okay. And make sure I'm not missing any okay. Or fake neighborhoods in real towns. Thanks, Chandra. Simone, you with me? Rihanna, yes. Kim, yes. Okay, good stuff. Okay, hadn't thought of that. Google search. Okay. All right, any other questions on where before I close this out? We're good on where, we're good on settings. Okay, be back with you in a moment.